All right, now we're going to talk about shingles. And today, our intention with shingles is not to really go into the manufacturers that we offer, but just general shingle knowledge for you to know what kind of questions to ask your contractor, know what kind of questions to have in mind when it comes to, like, how long will this last me? Is this resistance, is like the resistance impact resistance, like durable enough to withstand the hail in Chicago? So there's going to be a broad amount of questions that get answered and also probably posed in this conversation, but that's the intention with this conversation. So I guess, where do you start when you go to a homeowner, and like, what are some common questions they ask about shingles? Is that one of the first things you talk about? Is that later in the process? Or we can talk about what you inspect.
I know where to go.
Okay.
So when talking with a homeowner about a product, typically with a homeowner or when picking a shingle, you have two types of people. Your one homeowner is going to be more concerned about the performance of that shingle. They're going to want to know how resistant is it to hail impacts? How resistant is it to wind? How do I know that this shingle is not going to blow off the next time it gets windy here in the windy city of Chicago? So they want to know that what they're putting up there is quality and that they can rely on it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you have the other homeowner. While both of these individuals will care about the performance of a shingle, they don't want to put something up there that they can't trust isn't going to fly off, like I said, the next time it gets windy. But the second homeowner cares more about the aesthetics and the color of their shingle. Mm-hmm. Typically, this will be somebody who's like redoing their roof and their siding and repainting their front door, and so they're in the mindset of remodel. They're like, I can change the look of my home. I can, when I pull up into my driveway, I can be looking at a completely new house after I redo, everything on the outside. It's the same house, you're just putting new clothes on it. Mm-hmm. So they want to have that color. And so in those two instances, you've got one person who is more, they don't really care much about the color. They're like, I want the same color I had before. They're more focused on that performance. Mm-hmm. And so somebody else may be more focused on color.
Okay, so performance and aesthetic.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
The main two issues. So with shingles, the technology, where it's at now, there's not many bad shingles on the market. Mm-hmm. Some are a little better than others, usually in one particular aspect, and they have different benefits, but there's not really any shingles I would consider to be bad. Mm-hmm. I think they're all pretty similar in their technology, as long as it's a laminate architectural shingle, mm-hmm. which is all that we would install.